is.
That's the second biggest zipper I ever saw. It's unzipping. Don't look, 22.
Why?
No telling what's liable to come out of that thing.
Hey Model Maniacs, Dirk here, getting ready to do that all-important kit review so that you, the model junkie, can make an informed decision on what kits you want to buy. Tonight, we're going to be looking at AMT's Sunbeam Tiger. Yes, this kit is a re-pop of the original kit. The last time we saw this kit was in 1994. It's been a long time. It was the AMT Blue Printer kit, and it's finally made its way back onto the shelves. It's a cool little car. It's a sharp looking kit so far, and we're going to take a look at this. First, you got the very classic pose of the Sunbeam Tiger sitting on the front. Okay, very sharp looking, very elegant looking, and it's funny because there's nothing else on here. There's no AMT logo here, there's no Sunbeam Tiger anywhere. It's just this really nice picture of the car itself in its classic form. Alright, we knock the box over, we look on the side here, and we got some information here pertaining to the Tiger. We've got the racing version is what we're seeing here, and in this version it's got the streamlined roll bar, it's got the spoiler for the rear, it's got flares for the wheel wells, side pipes and everything. This is just another version of the car that you can build. Okay, it also shows you your decal options. You got a really nice decal sheet here. We'll look more at that later, but you've got a lot of racing decals there. Okay, pretty cool stuff. The side, we've got the same classic car look that we did on the top, Sunbeam Tiger by AMT. It's a 1/25 scale. It's a 2-in-1 kit. You can make it as a stock car, as in the original production car, not a stock racing car, but the original production car, and then you can also make it as a racing car. It comes with the V8 powered engine. On this side of the box, we get to see all those little extras that they're talking about and different key features. Okay, so you've got the Ford V8 here, the 260 V8. All right, we've got the stock wheels, the wire wheels, and we've got the racing option wheels. We've got the front air dam. If you want to do a racing version, we got fender flares. You can widen them wheels up a little bit, you know. We've got the Targa style roll hoop, as they're calling it. And you've got bucket seats. These are the cool little features that come in this kit. The other side, whereas before we had the classic car, today on this side we've got the racing version. Okay, same information as before, and that is it. On the flip side, the bottom, typical to AMT these days, it gives you information about the kit, warnings and all that kind of stuff, and it gives you a parts breakdown here. Okay, as you can see, we've got all kinds of sprues here, all kinds of parts to allow us to do two different versions. Let me set this up and we'll take a look and see what's inside the box. Okay, so we're going to pop the top here. All the bags have been removed. Again, it avoids the crinkling, the annoying crinkling and stuff like that done on camera. This way, the only thing you have to hear on camera is the annoying creaking of my chair, because that's pretty freaking annoying too, but it is what it is. So inside, we've got lots of we've got lots of parts. The parts were bagged, so it's not just a mess like this. Again, I took these out already. So we're going to take a look and see what we have. As of right now, I'll tell you, we've got 8 sprues of white parts. Okay, that includes the body and the chassis, okay, which came together in one piece like this. Okay, so that's 7 sprues of that. We've got 1 chrome tree, we've got 1 clear tree, and then we've got the rubber tires. all in total, this kit contains 123 parts. It's 123 parts to make 2 different types of cars. Your choice, either the stock version or the race car version. So I always save the body for last. But we'll start here with some of these parts here. Now, the kit comes in white styrene. Nothing special about it, just a hard plastic. There is a lot of flash on here. If you can see, actually right off the tip here on these wheels, there's a lot of flash. Again, this is a repop. This is not a new tool, so we're looking at a set of molds that are quite old. Okay, so but to be honest with you, this kind of flash like this on a kit like this, a desired kit like this, I can deal with this. That's not a problem. I'd be upset if I was paying the high eBay prices for it, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we've got our wheel backs here. Okay, for wheel backs, we've got our trim rings here, and we've got the racing wheels here. For racing wheels, pretty funny, they actually didn't come in chrome. I'm surprised about that, but that's not a big deal for me. Okay, then we move on to here. We've got our rear end, hubba. We've got our drive shaft, and we've got our rear suspension with the leaf springs. Okay, over here I'm not sure what these parts are here, but you've got your shocks, you've got your coils, and you've got the front of your pumpkin. Okay. This kit does have an old feel to it, just with the sprues like this that just kind of, oops, sorry. It's got that old feel because it's just like a random sprue tree. It's not squared off or anything like that, you know. But on this one, we've got some hoses here. Come into that. We've got the hoses. We're going to come around here. We've got the radiator, another hose here. You've got your front suspension parts, your cross member. You've got another piece here with part of the your stabilizer bar. Okay. Next, we've got the exhaust. Okay. We've got these parts here. I'm not sure what they are, but you got 2 of them. You've got the hood. Okay, nice sharp hard plastic. Okay, some injector marks in the 4 corners here. So if you want to display this open, you're going to have to do a little work to clean that up. Okay, next we got our interior bucket here. You can see there's a lot of flash here and here. Again, it should clean up very easily. Okay, the interior floor of the car is textured, so it has a rug type effect to it. Okay, trying to catch it in the light here, but it's got door panels. They're very very minimalist. Okay, there's not a lot of detail to it. Now, I don't know, I've never really seen a Tiger before, or it's been a long time since I have, so I don't know what they used to look like. So I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it is there nonetheless. There's also quite a few ejector marks. You've got one right here on the top of the tunnel. You've got one in all 4 corners down here. So unless you're going to flock this, and even if you do, these are pretty thick, you're going to have to do some sanding to get them down. Okay, you've got your 3 pedals there because it comes as a clutch car. So you got your pedals there, and actually, if you look down in that far corner there is, I gotta see it. There's a little button there. That's that same thing you see on Facebook, a lot of people going, do you know what this is? It's the high beam switch. Yeah, I've never seen that in a kit before. It's kind of a neat idea. So, that is the interior. Next. Okay. We've got parts here by my finger here. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like probably some sort of exhaust, maybe for the racing version. We've got exhaust trumpets here, part of the exhaust. I'm not sure what this is here. I'm not sure what these are here either. We've got our firewall with some wiring and stuff like that. It's not a lot, but it gives a little bit of detail. I'm sure you can dress it up and make it even better if you want to. Okay, you've got the lower valance here. I believe that's for the front. Yeah, that's for the front valance. Alright, you got this piece here. I'm not sure what this is either. Maybe the rear valance. You've got your headlight buckets here. This looks like a jack. I could be wrong, but that's what that looks like, a scissor jack. Either that or it's a martini sign. Goes in the window of your diorama. You got your boot for the convertible top. And that's it for that piece. This is a racing sprue right here. What it's got is, again, it's got that aerodynamic type, aero roll bar type piece. You've got your front valance for the racing, and you've got two of your fender flares. Okay. These actually can come in handy on something I have in mind. Ah, yeah, I gotta remember that. Let's see. This one, we've got more wheel backs here. Okay. These look like they've got calipers on them. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. You've got this piece here. Maybe it's the steering column, I'm not sure. You've got two more fender flares here and here. Okay. You've got your rear spoiler here. You've got another half or a different one for the rear, these springs and everything for probably the race car version. Probably give it a different stance, maybe a little higher up than the stock version. I'm only assuming, I don't know yet. I'm going to hold off on that one. Here's your motor. You got your 289 block and transmission, your oil pan, your intake, your flash covered exhaust manifolds, your heads, some pin like stuff, don't know what that is. You got your distributor, your fan, I don't know, the front of your motor, the carburetor, again with another hose, your pulley setup, and drive shaft. Okay. Alright. Cool beans. Oh. I lied to you again. I didn't get everything out of the plastics. See how annoying that is? Frickin' annoying. Alright. Here's your chrome tree. We got some chrome parts here. I'm not sure what they are. They kind of look like rocker molding or something. I'm not really sure. Okay, you've got your valve covers. You've got your exhaust, your air filter cover. You've got your side pipes if you're going to do a race version. License plate frames are here. Exhaust tips. Some other bibs and bobs that I can't make out right here. These I can't make out either. I believe they're part of the bumper though. Maybe the bumper guards. Not sure. Your rear tail lights. Your stock rims here. Your instrument cluster. Okay. This is neat. We're going to get back to that in a second. Actually, these are your taillights here, so I'm not sure what these over here were. But these are your taillights. Your steering wheel. And your bow, because the driver of this car is Arrow. No, I don't know what that is. But it's there, and it's chrome, so it's got to be cool. Here's what I wanted to show you real quick. If you look at the instrument cluster, if I can give you a profile, you can see how those gauges stick out, right? kind of neat. So what those do is, if you take, here's your dash, those pieces go in from behind and all that chrome pops through. That gives it a pretty neat 3D look to it. I like that. It's pretty cool. The rest of the white interior parts are the seats also. You got some nice buckets. They're very nicely detailed. You got some texture to them and everything. They come in one piece with ejector marks on the back here. So you have to sand them, clean them up a bit. Need some work around the edges also to tidy it up. And another thing that it comes with is pretty cool. It comes with a phone. Yeah. Almost looks like an old-fashioned payphone, but it's got a phone. There's the receiver. Here's the rest of it. That's pretty neat. Cool beans. Lastly, well, not lastly, but we have our clear parts. And all you have is three: the headlights and the front windshield. Okay. Tires. You got some really nice rubber tires. You got 8 tires. You got some really thin ones and some really thick ones. So you have your choice. Really nice tread on them, and they've got the Goodyear logo on the side. So that's really nice. Very cool. These are actually really nice tires. They're a lot better than the original ones. The original ones came where they were those ones where you had to cut out the centerpiece. It had like a really thick star pattern in them, and you had to cut them out. That's what the original one's like. These are much, much better. In the box, we also have a little bit of propaganda, which we never really give a crap about. We have the Sunbeam Tiger instructions. Now, this is pretty thin sheet here, okay? It just gives a picture of the car as you see it on the box top. Tells you to read this before you begin, gives you information, and it gives you your color callouts down here. Okay? We open this up, and we've got basically 2 pages of directions. We start with the engine, we put it all together, blah blah blah. Okay, your interior, and then we get to 9 steps on the back, putting it all together. And it gives you the options along the way, such as here you have the option of putting the boot on or the roll cage. It'll tell you when to put the optional flares on the sides if you should choose. Okay, so that is that. Very, very simplistic instructions. Not much to it. Next, we have more propaganda. Again, that we don't give a rat's ass about that. And then we have the decals. We said we get to those. Take a closer look. Here they are. So this gives you the option to do your car in any color you want. Specifically, this is really laid out for the race fans, okay? Because really that's all there is. There's nothing in here that I could see that goes for the stock car. So you can do a race car version, and you can do it with white stripes, black and orange stripes, red stripes, and you have the rocker stripes to go with it. You can color match your numbers on the sides. If you don't like any of these, you've got the white roundels here. It's a little hard to see, but there are 3 white roundels, and you can use any number combination that you so choose. So you can make this your own car with your favorite number in there. Okay? You've got some the classic Great Britain decal, the USA decal. You've got some license plates. Goodyear is a sponsor on this, obviously, because they're on the tires. They're in the instruction book. Goodyear's got the name in there, and now you've got decals for them to go on the side. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Some drivers' names here: Dennis Dulte, Dave Wilder, and Dave Carlock. I don't know who they were. I guess they were famous Tiger drivers at one point in time. But those are your decals. Okay, they're pretty nice. For what I'm going to do, I probably will not be using these. I cannot help myself. When I think of a Tiger, I think of really one thing, and that is the Get Smart car. Get Smart was a big part of my childhood growing up. I used to love Get Smart. Next, next, we have also, AMT does these little mini boxes for you. You get to fold it up. It makes you a paper model builder. Gives you a nice little display box to go with your car. Now, lastly, finally, the very, very end of this. Hang on. Okay. Is the chassis. Here's your chassis. Okay. I've never been under a Tiger, so I don't know how accurate it is, but this is the underside of the Tiger. Really thick cross members. I'm pretty sure that's probably what they were like. But it's very minimalistic. There's not a lot there. Big ports for putting this front suspension on. Okay. But that is all that's really to that. You've got your spare tire well sticking out down here. Okay. Alright, very basic, but it is a basic car. And here is the body. Okay, here is your body. You've got this extra support that's built into the model to help support the windshield so it doesn't break in shipping. Okay. Let's see if we can get this again. It's white, so it's very difficult for the camera to focus in on the details. But there is a molding stripe that starts here, and it works its way all the way down the body. It says Tiger here. You can paint that if you so choose. The molding keeps going all the way down to the back of the car. Okay. See if I can. There you go. You can see it right there. Okay. You've also got a Tiger badge right down here. It's got molded in handrails. I mean, door handles. I'm not sure what this is down here on the rear end of it, but it's got some sort of molding here. Maybe it's a badge or a marker light, I'm not sure. Okay. The front embossed in here, it's hard to see, but it says Sunbeam right here. It also has the same thing on the back, which will allow you to either sand it off for the race car version or do some dry brushing, make that pop out. Okay. You've got your handle here for the trunk. It's actually molded there, which is pretty neat. And again, another badge over here in the corner. Off the top of my head, I'm not really seeing a lot of mold lines, but I'm sure once we get some primer on here, they are pretty thick across the top actually, right here along the fender. Take those down, you should be good. Same with the back here, it's pretty sharp. But that is about it. Otherwise, it's a pretty simple kit. Pretty nice. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I'll tell you what, now this is repopped, I feel pretty good about paying. I think the market value right now is about 28 bucks on this. Alright, so it's a lot better than what they're getting on eBay. They're really climbed up very, very high. I've been unsuccessful in getting one myself because the prices go up so high. As I was saying before, when I saw this, I couldn't help it. I've got to make the Get Smart car. But I'm hoping that eventually this kit works its way to Hobby Lobby and I can get it there and use the 40% discount coupon, get it for around 18 bucks, because then I'd like to make a gasser out of it or some sort of drag racing car out of it. Figure swap out the 260 V8 and put in a 427 motor and it'd be kick ass. But anyway, that is our kit. This is what it looks like in the box. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I hope you found this helpful so that you can now make an informed decision when you see this that you want to or not want to get it. Is the price of 28 bucks worth it for this kit? That remains to be seen because I haven't put it together. The flash and everything kind of turns me off a little bit, but it is not a deal breaker. It just showing the age of the kit. But I think with a little effort, a little elbow grease, this will turn out to be a very, very sharp kit. And I think it's going to look cool. I think you're going to see a lot of Get Smart cars out there when this really hits the shelves and people get it. I think it's going to be the first thing people are going to build. I admit I'm one of them, but I do hope to get a second one because I really like to make a really cool drag car out of it. think it'd be pretty cool just squeezing in the biggest frickin' motor I can. But anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you found this helpful, maybe a teeny tiny bit entertaining. And until next time, be strong.